The team at the Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media wants to take the time to thank our sponsors, Bryant Family Medicine and Heather Martinez Realtor. We also want to thank our support staff, Valerie Rutherford, Allison Messer, Larry Spicer, Addison Sloan, John North, Shane Shackford, and last but not least, Keisha Ambergy. With the support of our fine sponsors, our dedicated staff, and you, the members, we are all working on one goal, the promotion of student athletes. With this team, we can't miss.
Hi, I'm Heather Martinez, active community member and your realtor. Give me a call or text 606-344-0217, or you can reach me by email, heather.martinezrealtor@gmail.com.
The Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media presents Around the Region, the sports talk show. And as you could tell, Edward just simply refused to allow me to rock and roll tonight. Edward he's went all against rock and roll. We need to find out why he's all of a sudden against rock and roll, but he just will not let us rock it out. But it's a new season, Ryan, and I don't even know where I don't even know where Edward's even at right now. He was here just to mess with my music, then left. But Rod, how you doing?
Hey, it looks like on the top of our thing, we're having a problem with y'all's Facebooks. It's not connected again.
So, well, I don't know. Maybe we'll maybe ever go in there and fix it up. Though, good views so far. Real good views so far. So, but how's everyone doing tonight? You know, new season, new. Uh, I look good. I look good. You know, Ryan come out with sleeveless shirt, showing the gun. I'm like, Ryan, we gotta look professional. And you know, and he went and changed shirts. All right, looking all snazzy. We don't know how Everett even looks right now. He might come in here. I don't know. He might look like a mountain man from the 19. I don't know. We haven't even seen him yet. But hopefully we'll get Edward on pretty soon. Ryan, go ahead. I'm gonna post this graphic back up. We'll have two really good guests tonight. Way to launch the season out. You know, with two really just not only great student athletes, but just really good human beings, great families, and just can't wait to get them on the show. But we got from Corbin, Joshua Goins, and from Whitley County, Jerica Shepherd, and actually some easy names to pronounce for one. So I'm not asking you for help. But while we got a minute, let's go ahead and thank all these fine photographers. And I had a couple names on the list also. And this is where we need Edward to kick in here. But shout out to Keisha Ambergy, Johnny Deaton, John Dickinson, Scott Powell, Dennis Mills, Tanner Hoskins, Mater's Memories, Chrissy Brassfield, Bob Cornett, Erica Felty Marler, Chassie Sailor, Shanda Whitehead, Scott Bunch, Sarah Lovett, Carrie Mattingly, Paul Coots, Miranda Brock, Savannah Philpott, Case Crowley, Tyson Wagers, and Rebecca Crawford on my list, not counting Valerie Rutherford, not counting Allison Messer, not counting Ryan the Machine Garnett, Edward E. Hall. You know, I can keep going. Any more?
We got Scott Warren, the Wildflower Frame Photography. I'm so many out in Western Kentucky. Too many to remember.
But hopefully we get Edward on second, so we can have him to fill in some blanks on the photographers there. But again, like you said, it's just too many. There's so many photographers that has allowed us to use their material, and they go out, they work their hind ends off, and we go begging for them and say, hey, can we borrow some of your stuff? And it's always a yes, because they're not in it for the money, they're not in it for the recognition, they're just in to support the student athletes, and to promote them the way that we're trying to promote them, and we cannot say enough good about them, and especially we cannot say enough good about their sponsors. This is where I'll need your help a little bit. Let's first think Bryant Family Medicine. I mean, what can we say? They've been there since we've been here, and they every year support us, regardless of anything we ask for. I, I might even ask Dave one of these days. I'm like, Dave, I need a new car. I mean, I'm sure he would buy it, but I wouldn't do him like that. But they will do anything, anything to help you out, and again, I trust my family with them. And a lot of people's went in that doctor's office feeling bad and come out feeling 100% better. So, cannot say enough good about them. And also Heather Martinez, this young lady again. We've spoke about her over and over and over again. She just literally just she came to us. We didn't go to her. What can I do to help? And cannot say enough good about her. And if you're in a market for buying and selling, Ryan, who do you need to go see?
Heather Martinez. Sorry, I'm here trying to post all these things from YouTube to Facebook.
But yeah, but she's definitely the person to go and see, and of course, this has to be the first show of the season. Have all kinds of kinks that we're working on, but uh, you know, I'm fired up, Ryan. Other than just me looking good, you know, I, I look good tonight, folks. I do. I have to brag on me. Got the little shirt, going on here. I look nice. We're gonna get Ryan to start wearing these little 3-button shirt deals here, and I don't know what Edward. We still don't know where Edward's at. If anybody can find Edward Hall, tell him he's got a show right now live. He needs to get to work, so don't know where he's at right now. Hopefully, he joins us in a minute. But again, new school year, new season. Um, so much, so much to talk about. Ryan, I mean, um, where do we start? I mean, of course, you got soccer going on. Of course, you got volleyball going on. Of course, you had football to kick off um, last night. I mean, Friday and Saturday, and also a lot of Kentucky Wildcat news. Also, so don't know if we'll have time to get into all that. Big volleyball match for Kentucky today. Unfortunately, they lost in 4 sets against Pittsburgh, but not a bad loss when it's basically on the road. I'm not going to say, was that at Pittsburgh or?
It's in Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's like Milwaukee, like a little tournament deal, but we'll say it was on the road. We'll give some excuses for them, but that team will definitely be back. But talking about volleyball, I went and watched a really really good team play the other night, and I got to speak a little bit about the Whitley County Colonels, and just absolutely team's a machine, but we've got a lot of machine teams here in the 13th, and nothing's easy, and it's going to be really really fun to see what that team does this year and how far that they can go. But again, they got to get out of this 13th region too. There's a lot of these teams that say, wait a minute. So again, it's going to be a fun year of volleyball, soccer. A lot of teams jumping out really, really good. Again, you look at across the board, really, really good soccer teams, and the whole change in the scoreboard thing, the KHSA site, now it's the arbiter. I don't know what world it is, but it's in between a half KHSAA, arbiter, who knows? And but it makes it a little bit more harder for us. But then you got football. Bell County had a statement win. Corbin just they took that team out before the kickoff was even. That game was over before they even kicked the ball off. Wow. Ryan, what can you say about the Red Hounds?
I mean, of course, when you play out of state teams early, and you've really not played a game yet, or we really don't know much about them early, but anytime you beat an out of state team, you're looking at it's a statement win no matter what.
Absolutely, and that was just but we knew Corbin would be good coming in. And we got a guest coming on tonight that is, a big reason why, and plays both sides of the ball, and can't wait to get him on. Hopefully as soon as possible. And I had a great interview with him last year. He's another one of them two sports stars also, and Joshua Goins, and just a great interview. A great young man, great family. Cannot say enough good about him. But again, Bell County had a statement win. Good win against Campbellsville. A good Campbellsville team at that. Bell lost 18, 19 seniors. And to come and start the season the way that they did, it was a big statement win. We've already got our first comment by Hunter. He says, Owensboro versus St. X game was a thriller, 24-7. I was there. Stadium was jacked.
Yeah, at Owensboro's high school stadium, Rash Stadium's the name of that stadium at Dells.
Yeah, that was I saw a lot of highlights on that, and that was a real game there. Billsboro, what a game, and hi back to you, and thank you for the nice comments, and I'm sure that's from our YouTube section.
It is. I think something's the matter with Facebook trying to stay up.
And then, but Ryan's keeping up with all these comments for us. Again, we're waiting for Edward to come on here, and we're also waiting for Joshua Goins. Hopefully, there's not an issue with his link either. So, of course, it had to be the first show of the season, and everything has to pop up all at once. The little Ryan, if you will go ahead and explain what the little box on the left-hand side is all about there.
Yeah, that little QR code that I had made is a direct link to our website, and it shows everything. It's going to look a little different right now because what I did, I put everybody's schedule statewide on there. So whatever school that you choose to follow, whatever, you can see all those schedules and everything like that. So it's a work in progress, Mark.
Yeah, and a lot of things this year is a work in progress. They changed, like I said, they changed the scoreboard system, and just a lot of things that are a little bit more different than the norm. But again, everything we'll knock some rust off of it. We'll get it rolling. And Ryan, maybe you might want to re-message our first guest and see if
that's what I did. I just did. I asked him if that link is working due to a Facebook issue.
Yeah, we might be having some Facebook issues. Which and there is the lost one. Can I say the lost one?
Listen, I've done everything I could for Facebook. Your links is about a 90% chance that they ain't going to work tonight.
So, Edward, in your expert opinion, is that going to affect us with our guests getting them on?
You probably got at least about a 50-50 shot because instantly put on Facebook, it immediately kicked it off. So links probably ain't working tonight.
It had to be the very first one. It messed it all up.
I've literally done everything I did, and even sharing from the YouTube page. That's where I've been trying to go through and edit to make it to where the YouTube video would stay up on Facebook.
Well, I'll let Jens go ahead and talk for a minute. I'll cut myself off here for a second, and I'll try to reach out to our other guests and see if they're having issues with logging on too. If so, no, they logged
Well,
on. I see it now. Um,
I guess
Ryan,
I guess we'll start with some.
maybe we could go with Plan B. If you want to log off and work with it for just a second, maybe you could send our first guest ask him to send an email. We could try the email route about the leak.
Okay, let me. I'll just mute my. I'll just mute myself and everything and do it that way.
Yeah, we've actually got our second guest. They look like they're good to go. So hopefully we can get Joshua on. If not, looks like we got Jerica back there in the green room, and we'll pull her on in a minute. But Edward, uh, been along all season. So just and Ron is making us look small, or you're making us look small, Edward.
I'm fixing the screen back to normal.
Okay. So, been along all season. What have you been doing on the off season? And tell us a little bit about I'm not going to say Friday night lights, but Saturday night lights also. To kick off the football season. Just talked a little bit about Corbin, talked a little bit about Bale. Of course, talked about Middlesboro's close pull-out win. Hunter, Hunter does what Hunter does. He's all over the state of Kentucky. He's probably been to about 17 and a half games already. That man, I'm telling you, he is I'm like over the hill and I'm on the downslide. But Hunter is like the next coming in sports media, folks. He is like a jewel for anybody. If you need to start or launch a media outlet, go to Mr. Hunter. Hunter is smart. He covers Western Kentucky as good as anybody, and he's the real deal, folks. Does a real good job out there. Um, but Edward, you went to a football game last night. Tell us a little bit about that one. A little bit closer than some thought it would be. Let's just say that.
Well, let's first start with the first question you asked me. You asked me what I was doing this off season. The only thing I was doing this off season was working and helping train my kids for the sports that they were playing. I've got 4 that's actively playing sports. So that takes up, the majority of my time nowadays. But jumping to Saturday night, me and you actually talked about this game. I told you that this was going to be a little bit closer game than what most people thought it was going to be. Middlesboro jumped out to like a 22-2 lead there, and everybody thought it was getting ready to blow open. And Breathitt County is Breathitt County for a reason. They just settled in. They didn't let that bother them. Caused a couple turnovers, got a few interceptions, and next thing you know, they're right back in the game. They're right back knocking on the door. Going into fourth quarter, Breathitt County's going in for a field goal. Extra point, should I say, to tie the game up. Millsboro jumps offside. They decide to go for a 2-point conversion. And, liking a yard, who's not going to try to go for 2 to try to win the game? And, let your defense stand.
Well, that's a unwritten rule. If you're on the road, you go for the win. I mean, that's sort of been the unwritten rule for many years. So don't blame them for that.
And then I'm just going to have to, give Cordell Parton from Middlesboro some, mad props, because me and him talked about it after the game was over with. He said he wasn't even scheduled to blitz on the play that he was at, but he had read that play design all night long, knew where it was going, and he knew how it was going to develop. So he blitzed to the outside, hit the quarterback right at the 2-yard line, stuffed them up. Millsboro stays up by 1. Millsboro gets the ball back on an onside kick it wasn't even a half an inch short from traveling 10 yards. You couldn't have put it much better. You couldn't have put it in much better placement. Millsboro marches down the field. Deacon Parton gets a run. Could have walked in for a touchdown. Decides to stop at the 1 yard line, take a couple knees, and smart play. Go ahead and take the win instead of leaving a minute left on the clock for the opposing team to have a chance to try to get down the field, score, and take the lead on.
Yeah, just a massive opening, week 1 victory for Millsboro, and that's a game that you could take from, learn from, and get a whole lot more better as the season progresses. And we know Millsboro's got the talent. You just got to come together. Another real good win I saw. Williamsburg, good win, and they had a real good win, and that district's gonna be tough. And Williamsburg and Millsboro, you still got a young team in Lynn Camp. Powell will always be there, and you got I believe Harlan also. Am I right? Got a really, really good running back down there. A very underrated running back at that. But Harlan will sneak up on some people. And Knox Central, big win. I was at the Knox Central Whitley game. Knox Central is big, strong. They like bullies up front. They like it reminds you of old school, Smash Mouth, it's like they line it up, that they get behind them mountain men and they run behind them. They play off that and do a lot, I don't want to give you the scout report on them, but they're a little bit old school in there. But Coach Mills, he knows what he's doing. He's been around the block a little bit, but they got some nice offensive and defensive linemen, Knox.
And that's not the only. You said. I heard you say soccer, volleyball, football,
Oh, yeah.
But there's also another sport that's going on.
That's what I was hoping you would lead us into.
That I spent from 7 o'clock in the morning all the way till about 1:30 in the evening taking photos.
In the blazing sun.
In the blazing sun. And so for everybody that's watching, waiting on the photos, blame that on my computer. I spent the last 4 hours trying to get this stuff to upload, and my computer wanted to be crazy and not work for me today for some reason. So
welcome to technology. Welcome to technology, Edward.
I at least got the boys and girls varsity put up. I'm working on the rest of them. All of them's been edited. They just got to be posted. So bear with me a day or two. But, I got to see some great cross-country action. All the way from, like I said, boys, girls, varsity, mixed middle. Got to watch K through 3 elementary. I got to watch 4 through 6 elementary. And, everybody loves talking about the varsity level sports. But I'm going to have to go down and tell you that even watching these little kindergartners that was out there running, they was putting on a clinic. And, that – They run the 16, which if I ain't mistaken is a 1 mile. And my little boy, he's just in kindergarten. He ran 1 mile going up the hill, down the hill, through the mud holes and everything that was set up there in a matter of 12 minutes. And they was kindergartners that was quicker than that. So, them running that stuff in like 8, 9, 10, 12 minutes. I don't even think I could do that right now, and me being a full-blown adult.
Absolutely not.
Well, I probably could because I look good in this shirt tonight, so it would probably make me run a whole lot more faster. Looking good, you play better.
That's not how that works.
Oh. But
trust me, Dennis Mills was there. He had the right idea. He took a chair after walking up that hill once or twice, realized that hill's a lot steeper than it looked. I ran up that hill about 52 times, and I was so exhausted that when I got home, I went to sleep. My wife woke me up at 5:30. Hurried up and took a shower, changed my clothes, and went straight to went to the football game. I didn't even know what happened between the middle of that.
Dennis Mills, he's like he's a man that's everywhere because I saw him at Whitley County too. So everywhere, Dennis Mills is like, if you ever starred in like a Halloween movie, you'd be running from him and he'd be walking. And you could never get rid of him. He'd be right there every time. It's like everywhere you go, you'll see Dennis at. But now, he's one of the hardest workers in the business, without question. He's everywhere. But I vouch for you. You're out there doing the work. I was on the school bus doing the nap. I was doing my work and was doing your work. Everybody was happy. Little air. I felt pretty good.
Yeah, well, the only air I had was that beaming down heat from the sun.
Ryan telling me, that we're just trying.
Long sleeve. You see what I got on? I was
Ryan,
manning up to wear a long sleeve that whole day.
Ryan, tell them that we're just trying to get them in game shape. Get them in game shape. One of our guests coming up tonight, Jerica, they don't play in the shade on the soccer field. They run the whole game. Just saying. You won't hear Jerica? Yeah, see, in the green room back there, she gives us a thumbs up.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Mark. She's giving it a thumbs up already.
Yeah, and she's going to come on here and she's going to tell you. She's going to say, Edward, quit pouting. Get with it. I bet she don't.
See, I'm not the one that said that they were sitting in the air taking a nap.
I wasn't exactly napping. I was just resetting the mind, body, and soul for the next adventure.
Yeah, while you was doing that, I was, having to run up and down hills, to try to get these phenomenal photos for these athletes.
Well, what we'll do, since we're waiting on our guests, Ryan, are you having any luck reaching out to Joshua?
No, I've not got an answer from him. He's probably having the Facebook issue.
If you want to keep working on it, you can there. Let's go ahead and bring on Jerica. She's been back there in the green room for about 15 minutes. And of course, her budget's low. When we put them in the green room, wait for the shows, they don't have no food, no snacks, no waters, pops, or anything. They're just set back there. Now, Ryan, you're gonna have to get us a sponsor back there. You don't start feeding it. We gotta quit asking Dave to do everything here. We gotta start filling the green room up there some stuff.
I don't know what I can do.
But let's go ahead and bring this young lady on. Jerica Shepherd from Whitley County. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Jerica, I'm proud of me. I actually got out of a t-shirt. I actually put on a normal shirt. I think I look pretty tonight. I look much better than these guys. Ryan tried to come up like a sleeveless shirt, everything else. I was like, we got to look professional. And
what Mark is forgetting, I couldn't find my shirt, and then I finally found it.
At least you found it.
See, Jerica's going to agree with you because she's a nice young woman. But deep down inside, she's probably thinking you need to look more professional. We're going, Jerica. We're going to fire everyone up. We're in the firing mood tonight. We're going to fire everybody. Our Facebook's down. Everything's down. Yeah, nothing's working right. It's that first show of the season. So, but last year, I believe when we brought you on, you had this little thing on your arm, and you was playing it. Yep, you was playing at top level, and then I was like thinking, I wonder how well this lady would be playing without that on her arm. And we was looking at some stats. Ryan's our stat guy, and it's hard. And we know you're all about team, but it's hard not to look at some of the individual stats there. You're killing it. So just tell us what you did on the off season to make yourself much better. I mean, you was good last year, but you you've definitely taken the 3 steps above here.
In off season and preseason, our team, we worked a lot on our first touch, which I think has really helped me in my gameplay because my first touch was horrible last season. that's plain and simple. And then we did a lot of footwork stuff. We worked on a lot of shooting. So I'm working on shooting from farther out so I can get more goals instead of just running up to the goal and tapping it in.
You know, I don't know about you, and I'm a little bit older than you, but it seems like it's been a really, really, really hot summer. Like maybe to me, it's felt like one of the hottest ones I've experienced. How does that kind of heat affect your game? I know you probably need to drink more fluids, but does that affect your game a lot, or do you still?
It doesn't really affect like much where we've been like practicing in it for the whole preseason. We've conditioned ourselves to it, but it does, if it's bad, we need more subs or more people be asking for they'll want to switch to different positions that are easier for them. It just kind of like throws off the gameplay, but we still work together as a team and figure it out.
And folks, one thing that a lot of people don't know about Jerica, and I'm not wanting to embarrass you, but she's not only a super suit athlete, she's also as good in the classroom. I just got to ask you, I know for a fact that you could go and play soccer at the next level, or whatever you want to do at the next level. But if sports isn't your thing for the next level, what would you want to go into?
I've looked into it. If I did go to college and play soccer, it'd probably be leaning more like D3, D2, if even that, because I don't think that I would personally want to commit to a D1 level. So I would either go like D2 or D3, or I would just up and go to trade school and not do soccer.
So doing like the D2 or D3 would be just so you could work more on your academics, or would that? So I know it's a long time away. I'm not making you old yet, but anything you're considering about majoring in, because you know the grades are going to be there. You could probably about go to any school you would want to.
I'm thinking about either going into some type of psychology or psychiatry field, or maybe high school math education, or even middle school math, because I love math.
Well, if you go to any of that, we need all the help we can get. Maybe you could talk to us, get us on the right path, and all that other stuff. We definitely need the help for sure. But
I'll help. You're my friends with math all the time.
but Edward, Ryan, the floor is yours.
All right, you want me to go, Edward, or you want to?
Go right ahead.
With the scoreboard being a little different this year, it's kind of harder to look at your schedules than it normally would be. But with your early schedule, what do you like from your team so far?
Like what team? Like how the teams played them so far? Yeah.
Yeah.
We played. We played Knott County for our first game, and we started off slow, but I think that it really helped us like come together with our formation and like learn how to play with each other. So I think that game was like a really big stepping stone to where we are right now. And then we've had some challenging games like Bell County and Macquarie County. Macquarie County was 5-4, and then Bell County was 2-1. But we won both of those, and I think we did really well. And then we played Somerset a few days ago, and we lost 0-2. And it was a good game. It was rough. I think it was really good learning experience for us so that we know how to approach our next games.
I know it's a lot of fields are tough. I know y'all's are it's grass still, but would you have to play a game on that turf or on grass?
Yeah, it depends, because like I would take a good grass field over a good turf field any day, but I will take a turf over a bad grass.
And then Mark and Edward knows where I'm going with this because I love asking it. What's your favorite restaurant to eat at there in Williamsburg? And I know there's not a lot, Mark.
McDonald's.
Williamsburg is very limited in restaurants. In Williamsburg, you've got Walmart, 17 gas stations, 14 banks, and like 3 restaurants. That's Williamsburg.
I'm
Yeah.
very picky. I'll just go for McDonald's.
Well, I'm very picky too. So, but I'm going to tell you, luckily we have 2 McDonald's in Middlesboro.
No, you have one right now.
Yeah, no, one of them got tore down to get remodeled, so at least we still have a McDonald's.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, Edward.
I'm going to ask you. You said you take a good grass field over a turf field. So a good grass field. Are you talking about the ones that has like the big clumps of rocks in it, or the ones that's like nicely maintained?
When we played Somerset, they have a beautiful grass field. If you've seen Somerset's field, I love their field.
So you don't like the ones with all the big mud clods or the rocks? No. That way when you're sliding to kick it, you come out with some battle wounds?
Absolutely not.
So, I got to ask you, does it feel different playing this season than what it did last season to you?
Yeah, it feels a lot different because we have a lot of like freshmen, and I'm a sophomore. I've been helping them out a lot, and then I've also been getting more help from like the upperclassmen, and so it just feels a lot more different. Like I feel more engaged in the team.
So I got to add this. First game wasn't too long ago. Your first regular season game. Was there any like pre-game jitters, or was you just ready to get out there and ready to start knocking the soccer ball around?
I was just ready to get out there. I was tired of waiting around.
So what would you consider your favorite aspect about it?
Of just soccer in general?
Yes.
Probably just getting to spend that time with my teammates and like being able to like learn these little things about each other, like just through a sport. Like I think that's a beautiful thing, and I love that about soccer.
So normally I get told no on this question, but do you prefer playing in the rain?
I like playing in the rain, yeah.
So I think that's the first time I've ever been told yes, because most of them says that they rather have just like a nice warm day instead of a hot day, and that's how they like to play.
I like to play if it's like it can be a little warm and then like not like a heavy rain, but like just regular rain. That works.
So you don't
the
like
rain's probably easier than the sunshine. The rain's probably easier than the 110-degree heat, ain't it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, at least that way you go home a little dirty if you're on a good grass field.
Oh, I always go home dirty.
Well, see, I will say the same thing. I always go home dirty, but Mark, he's always the clean one. He don't ever get a speck on him. So,
well, I have cleaned up pretty good tonight. No t-shirt. Yeah. I'm just saying. I got nice hair, good t-shirt.
I hope you ain't got to put up with him that often. But Mark,
Jericho, I'm not going to tell you how I know this stuff. I've got some inside information. Over the summertime, the team was all wearing what looked like a matching shirt. Do you still have it?
The one with our coach on it? Would you like me to go grab it?
If you want to and show everybody.
Edward is making me cough here. I'm gonna have to go get my cough drops.
I'm ready. I've stopped supply and I'm good to go.
what do they say? Like feed the beast or something like that?
Okay, here she comes, folks. The whole team was wearing that, and she could probably tell you the story behind that. Jerica, the floor is yours.
We showed up to the Brazilian White Soccer Camp, and our coach Elias, he did not know we had these. We wore them there, and we hid behind like this big pillar while he came up the stairs with our other coach. and we were all recording him, and we all screamed at him when he came around the corner, we're like, surprise! And we were all wearing a shirt with his face on it.
Honestly, I mean, I didn't know at first. I'm like, why do y'all got matching shirts on for? I'm like, then they told me what it was about. And, yeah, I tell you what you need to do now. You need to get like the cardboard cutout deals where it just got the head and, like on the benches. Yeah, hold him up. Yeah, that.
I was literally just thinking about that yesterday, that we need to do that.
Great minds think alike here. Just saying. And like again, I'm not going to tell you how I know all my inside information, but doing a camp thing like you did, how does that build like the whole team bonding concept of it?
It was pretty good. All of our rooms were like right next to each other. We were always in and out, so we were just spending every second of every day together.
So everybody was behaving and nobody trying to sneak out. No. 1:30 at night.
Everybody was being pretty good.
Well, what she really wants to say, what happened at the college stays at the college. That's what she's. But yeah. But them, anytime a team travels like that, they have to build a concept and close. Of course, they're playing really, really good this early on the season. One more question. You definitely got the gates pretty quick. So what do you see do as a team to get better?
I think we really need to work a lot on our passing, and really a lot our communication, because we don't it sounds like dead crickets out there. It's silent on the field. Like you wouldn't know if somebody was behind you if they were 2 feet behind you.
But knowing your fire and stuff on the soccer field, if somebody got under your skin, they would probably hear from you pretty quickly, wouldn't they?
I'm able to keep my composure most of the time.
Yeah, well, she's humble, but now I'm telling you, when it's game time, she's ready to go, and it shows. But one more off the wall question here, and Jericho, you got much better hair than all three of us put together, but take your hair and put it on mine, Ryan, or Edward's head. Who would wear it the best?
Ooh, I gotta think about this one. I think Edward would.
Oh yeah. Now you have him stroking his beard and everything for 3.5 months. Every show you'll be like, yep. You've destroyed him, Jericho. He'll never be the same. He'll never be the same. Unless Edward, Ryan, do you have anything else for her? Because I was going to ask her about the pose, but the pose are a little different this year. I didn't know if she would want to fool with it. And then, of course, Edward is going to do his thing, and he's going to show you a few things.
I don't think I do.
Well, the deal about the pose, Jericho, we're voting on like the greatest football player, the greatest NFL football player. But these guys this week, and I'm much older than you, are like even before my time. I had to Google search them. I'm like, who in the world are these guys? So, I mean, I know you're really, really sports smart, but we could put them up there if you want to vote on one. You're more than welcome. But like I said, these are guys from even before my time, and I'm older than the hills. But if you're willing to give it a try, we'll put the polls up for you to vote.
I have never watched football in my life, but I'll still try it.
Okay. Right?
I'll put them up. I'll put them up, Mark, and y'all can name them.
Dick Buckus and Mel against Mel Blount. I know Buckus played for the Bears. He was a linebacker. Don't know a lot about Mel Blount.
I don't know either, so I'm gonna go with Mel Blount.
Okay, the other one, Gail Sayers and Randy White. Randy White played for the old school Dallas Cowboys, and Gale Sayers, I think he played for the Chicago Bears, maybe a running back, if I'm thinking.
I'll take Gail.
Pretty good picks.
I would not know.
Earl Campbell against Mike Haynes. I really have no idea who Mike Haynes is, but Earl Campbell, I always remember watching an old video of him where like 20 guys ripped his jersey completely off of him. He was still running the football.
I think I know which video you're talking about, actually.
Yeah. And I love them uniforms. I love them uniforms, the Houston Oilers.
Yeah. We can go with Earl for this one.
Okay. And then last but not least,
Just so you know, Mike Haynes played at Arizona State University, if I'm not mistaken, and he played for the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Raiders.
And of course, Edward had to correct us. But thank you, Edward. I needed that help on that. Lance Allworth against Otto Graham.
I don't know either one, but Otto has a cooler name, so we're going with Otto.
I'm definitely going Otto because I looked him up. He won like 7 championships with the Cleveland Browns.
Oh.
Yeah. So that has to almost fit for sure pick there. They were good picks, Jerica. You did good. But unless Ryan had anything else for you, Edward, time to work your magic.
All right, so you're probably a little familiar with this. Out of the 2 graphics I show you, tell us which one of the 2 you like the most. See if I can get to it.
I really like that first.
So you said the first one?
Yep.
See, Mark, I told you. The
Starting the season off,
pitchers always
get beat down again.
And I am going to keep a running total all the way up into the springtime of the total of each of them.
But Edward, do you have anything else for final comments? Well,
Yeah, just going to tell her from what I've seen and what your team's doing so far, you're killing it. Your team's killing it. Go out there and, raise the bar higher than what you did last season, and looking forward to get out there and getting the coverings a couple times this season.
Thank you.
Ryan?
I just want to say best of luck the whole part of your season, and just go get it.
And
Thank you, guys.
within the power of AI, and I know you know all about AI, I got to ask you, how close is this AI picture?
I had a couple people message me asking, "Is that supposed to be you?" I thought it looked pretty accurate.
So if you was rating it from 1 to 10 close to you, how close would it be?
I'll put it maybe at like a 6.
So, well,
5.
So
the only thing I'm going to agree with is the part about Ryan doing a little bit of work, me doing the interview, and Mark back there sleeping.
That's what we talked about before you got on, Edward.
Jerica, will you tell them that's not sleep? That's a power nap.
It's a power nap, guys.
There you go. Now you gonna disagree with Jerica?
Well, let me rephrase it. Me and Ryan putting in the work while you napping.
But Jerica, we knew you was gonna be a great guest. That's the reason why we brought you on. And like I said, you're a great student athlete, but you're also kicking butt in the classroom. And whatever the future holds for you, we're fans of you and wish you personally the best of luck and your team the best of luck. And hopefully one of us can get to a game really, really soon and take some pictures and have some laughs with you.
I think we have 2A this week.
Okay. Ryan, Ryan's already thinking. He's already looking.
We
But
have
yeah,
our first game on Tuesday, I'm pretty sure, against Knox.
okay. So, but hopefully we get out there pretty soon and cover you. And you got a great group of athletes on that team. And but wish you personally and your team the best of luck. And thank you again for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And we go from one. Just we knew that's going to be a great interview. This is one, I'm waiting for myself. And if Josh was mad at any of us, let's blame this one on Edward. We've held him up for about an hour and a half, and he sat back there really, really patient. So we'll blame this one on Edward. But let's go ahead and bring him on. Josh, thank you for coming on, and sorry about all the issues we had with the internet and stuff like that, but we do appreciate your time.
No, it's fine. I was struggling to get on myself anyway, so it'll be all right.
Well, we had all kinds of internet glitches, and what we're going to do, Josh, we're going to blame Edward on it. So just go ahead and if yeah, we'll just say it's Edward's fault, and we'll learn from it. But yeah, it's just the first show of the season. We'll work these glitches out. But Josh, not only you put on a good performance, but your team put on a good performance there Friday night. Tell us a little bit about that game Friday night.
Well, there's not too much to say from my side. There was definitely a couple mental mistakes that can be fixed, missed assignments that can be fixed. But all in all, I think it was a good game. About everybody got to play. That's all that really mattered that game.
Uh, just the and I'm old and I can remember the first Big Ten Classic to what it is now, and just um and you've been a part of it a couple years now and stuff. Just um tell us about the whole build up for the Pigskin first game, and just I'm not calling you old or anything, but you've been playing football for a while now, and do you still get the old butterflies in the stomach first game of the season, just the excitement part of it?
I'm a little used to it nowadays. It's still the first game of the season, so you gotta show what you've done in the off season, and that's the part I like about it now. I like to see. I kind of compare myself to the first one I played in and the now, and it's all about how hard you work in the off season. And I think we had a good off season. I think we came out and showed everybody that we had a good off season.
Um, and correct me if I'm wrong, please. And again, I'm behind a little bit of my homework. I'm gonna blame that on Arbiter. It's getting us behind. But I believe this year you're playing on both sides of the ball, right?
Yes.
So are there any differences from the offensive and defensive sides of it, or what is the differences in it?
Well, this time I'm protecting the quarterback, so that's the biggest difference.
And
I
now you're
like
going
it.
after.
Yeah, yeah. So it definitely changes because you think more, way more. It's defense was definitely a lot of less thinking for me. Offense, it's if I mess up something, it's gonna mess up everything. So I would say I do play two ways, but I won't be in there as much as I was last year because I feel like I'm more offense based this year, and that's that. Yeah.
But
So
talking about protecting the
go ahead.
quarterback this year, I might have to interrupt Mark a little bit. Have you ever caught yourself wanting to tackle your own quarterback where you're so used to just going after the other one?
No, it's too hard. I love Mason. I could never hurt Mason.
Well, see, if it was Mark back there and I was protecting him, I'd probably let him just walk by me. Just saying, say I fail.
Josh, he's telling the truth. He would just get me like clotheslined every time, and then he'd laugh at me. He
Yeah.
would be that mean to me.
I'd at least help
So
him up after he got tackled.
so are they one you prefer better than the other, or is it don't matter to you? You'll do anything that they ask you to, or
Yeah, it don't matter to me. I'll do whatever they tell me to do. If they want me on offense, I'll play offense. If they want me on defense, I'll play defense. I'll play both. I like both just as much.
So, and the whole, you talked about this summer and the work that you and Spillers put in. And again, I know you're about team. But what have you did individually to make yourself more better?
So myself, what I do individually in the off season, I'll wrestle. That's one thing I like to do. It definitely builds a lot there for me. And then one big thing we worked on was even during wrestling season, right after wrestling or even before, I'm always in the weight room. In the weight room where I'm on the field working on pass sets, inside run, steps, stuff like that always. And I'm never alone. That's the thing. You gotta bring your buddies with you. I was always with someone or someone was bringing me.
And, and for our YouTubers out there, maybe living across state, in other states, listen to me for a second. If you want to go watch a football game, go to Corbin High School, watch the walk to the stadium by the team, and just the whole build up, the lights, just the whole atmosphere there. Not counting how beautiful that facility is. It's second to none, and you got to put Corbin High School on a bucket list to go watch a home game. It's just it's different, folks. Go to Corbin. You'll come back and tell me if I'm right or wrong. But Ryan, Edward, floor is yours.
I'm gonna go back to the stadium deal. What's it like, kind of just playing in that newly renovated stadium?
I can't hear him. Something might be messed up here.
Yeah, he asked you. He was talking about the how they renovated Corbin's football field, and how does it feel playing on a field that beautiful?
Oh, it's something else. I feel like when I step on that field, I'm in an NFL stadium. Not to mention that the weight room inside of it's all so special to me, and it means a lot to me playing on the field. On Friday nights, it's just something else. Something I feel like I would strive for even after high school to find that feeling again.
And then when y'all got y'all schedule or whatever, what was the one game you kind of couldn't wait to play in?
I think his might be messed up on my phone. I can't hear him.
Yeah,
Like
he
it might be
said
messed up for me.
he said looking at your schedule, he said, are there any certain game that you've got like circled, or is it just like one game at a time?
One game at a time. That's on, and I only say that because we can't sit in the film room and be looking at this team and think, oh, no one else really matters because we're just going to beat them. We're overestimate or underestimate somebody. So it's one game at a time for us. We focus on one team, and then whenever we're about to play that team, we focus on them.
Can you hear me better? I tried to adjust my mic.
What he say, Mark?
Yeah, I don't think he's hearing you.
No, I
I'll
can't hear it at all.
I'll ask him for you, Ryan.
Edward, go ahead. Let me log out, log back in.
So I do got to ask you, first game of the year.